Know thine enemy, a military axiom that the Tories hope will work for them too, as their latest posters project the Prime Minister as the man voters have reason to revile. Though post-expenses disillusion with politics is already plumbing new depths, with the latest allegations about access to the corridors of power. Adam Ingram, a former Labour Defence Minister, and Richard Cabourn, a former Labour Sports Minister, have been ensnared in the Sunday Times Channel 4 sting operation that last week exposed former ministers Stephen Byers, Jeff Hoon and Patricia Hewitt claiming they could influence government policy in return for hefty fees. They have been suspended by the Labour Party, even though they insist they broke no rules, as do the ministers named today. Mr. Ingram's issued a statement saying, "I have always been open and upfront about my outside interests since leaving ministerial office in 2007. I have at all times complied with the rules and regulations of the House of Commons. But with the latest batch of polls suggesting the election is too close to call, the Tories will hope to benefit from any discomfiture suffered by Labour as the political point scoring becomes ever more personal."
All political campaigns get pretty nasty, but I think this one will be particularly nasty. The Conservatives will target Gordon Brown because they see him as Labour's weak point. And also in a time when people are disillusioned with politicians, they remember the expenses scandal, they all think they're in it for what they can get themselves. You go nasty because people will believe the worst of politicians.
So, after a phony war which seems to have gone on forever, the battle lines are finally being drawn up for the real thing. And it's not going to be pleasant. At the back end of what's now widely regarded as the rotten parliament, we're embarking on the nasty election.
Senior Tories deny that the switch in their poster message from praising their own leader to demonising Gordon Brown ratchets up the negativity, but commentators wonder whether the exercise will anyway prove counterproductive.
What they've decided is to just go for the jugular, to go for Gordon Brown personally, in a way they never went for John Smith and they never went even for Neil Kinnock. It's a very high-risk strategy because a party that's tried to seem unnasty and to rub away that image is suddenly being very nasty.
Nonetheless, while Gordon Brown looks ever more cheerful as the poll gap narrows, so his campaign strategists become ever more pugilistic.